Hi everybody and welcome to the Farmingdale Public Library's online craft time. My name is Miss Rachel and I'm one of the Youth Services librarians. Today we will be making 3-ingredient lip gloss. For this project you will need petroleum jelly or Vaseline, flavoring extract of your choice, some food dye, and that's it to make the lip gloss. Other than that, you'll need a small jar to put it in. This particular jar came from a travel bottle kit, but you can reuse an existing jar if you wash it out really well. You'll need a bowl, a spoon, and a knife. For this project, I would suggest using plasticware because it's a lot easier to get rid of rather than cleaning them in the sink. The Vaseline, when wet, gets really, really runny and you don't want to clog your sink. I would also suggest please protect your work surface with newspaper because the food dye will stain fabric and clothing. Alrighty, well, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to use is our petroleum jelly. You can also use products like unpetroleum jelly or Vaseline. And for this project, I'm going to take 2 big spoonfuls. Use my knife to add them into the bowl. 1 spoonful. And 2 spoonfuls. The reason why I like using the newsprint is that you can set your knife down without getting your table all greasy. So I'm going to use my plastic knife to inch this into the bottom of the bowl. Okay. Next, we're going to add some food coloring. Now, for this project, you're going to be using more food coloring than you would think. On your face, the colors will be a lot more muted than they look in the bowl. So for this project, I'm going to use 6 drops, 6 generous drops of red food dye because on my face, this will look like a very light pink. I'm also going to add a small amount of a flavor extract, today I'm using vanilla, to take away the nasty taste of the petroleum jelly. If you're using a vegan equivalent like unpetroleum jelly, you can skip the extract because it has a lot less noticeable of a taste. But for this project, I'm going to use just the tiniest amount, like a 1/4 teaspoon, or the unscientific way, about 1/2 cap, and add that in. Also, think about if your extract has a color, like this vanilla extract here is a kind of reddish brown, you might want to blend that with food color dyes that match better. All right, now the next step for this is we're going to mix it. Now, I like to use both my knife and my spoon so that I can mash it around and keep it from getting stuck in the sides of the bowl or in the middle. I'm going to use my knife here to scrape the sides of the dish when I need it. But what you want to do is you want to blend it so that all the food dye is well incorporated. There aren't any little lumps of dye in the side like you could see here. There's still some dye. I'm going to whisk this up. Take my knife, scrape it off the spoon. As you could see, it gets stuck to the spoon, and that's why we want to use the knife as well to scrape the sides. Down on my newsprint and mix some more. Now, you're probably going to feel like you're over mixing this while you're making your lip gloss. Don't worry about this because you can always put it in the refrigerator for a few minutes to make it more solid. I'm going to use my knife to scrape the sides one more time. Alrighty, that's starting to look well blended. So right here in the middle of my jar, I have some red lip gloss. On my face, this color red actually will look more like a light pink, so don't be alarmed if this looks very, very bright in your bowl. Next, all you have to do is start putting it in your jar. I like to use the plastic knife for this step so that you can fill it in and pat the sides down more easily. And if you need to set it so that it's less runny, put it in the fridge for a few minutes, and there you go. Very easy, fairly tasty, clean, simple lip gloss. Hope you enjoy, everybody. Have a great day.